All right, welcome. We are live on this beautiful Thursday, wherever you find yourself watching this live stream. We are doing our second DeFi deep dive series here on Mode, kind of demystifying some of the opportunities and also exploring and learning about some of the amazing protocols that are deployed on Mode. And today we have Beefy joining us. GP is the rep here. We'll have him introduce himself and we'll dive right in.
Sure. My name is GPMS. I'm part of the Beefy team. I am part moderator, Spanish moderator too, and part of the BD team now, recently. But yeah.
That's awesome. So happy to have you. Myself, D's head of growth here, kind of all over the place these days. And yes, so tell us a little bit about your DeFi journey personally, and then how Beefy came into existence, if you have the origin story, and we can go from there.
Sure. My beginning in the DeFi world began basically with Beefy 2. So it will be a 2-in-1 story basically. So I began my DeFi journey in BSC. Right now that is BNB chain, because that was more affordable for all the users, you could say. Pretty affordable. And Beefy launched there, and Beefy was one of the first protocols to launch on BSC at that time. I remember Beefy and PancakeSwap. Beefy and PancakeSwap were launched on the same day, basically. So yeah, me and my friends decided to just invest in Beefy, and I became like so close to the team and to the community that I ended up being part of the team. So yeah, basically Beefy was founded, and then a huge part of the community grew, the Spanish community grew, and yeah, now we are one of the we are the biggest yield optimizer in the space, to be honest. We flipped all of our competitors, and yeah, now we're the biggest yield optimizer in blockchains in the space.
I love it. Yes, Beefy is very popular amongst a lot of my DeFi folks, and it's something I can show even my normie friends, which is great. Do you know the inspiration behind Beefy? And then maybe we can get into what is a yield optimizer anyway.
Sure. The inspiration, I think, well, we all think the founders just liked meat or cows or something, because it was, and at that time, if we all remember like the early DeFi times, it was all like food oriented, like Pancake, Beefy, Sushi, like all the protocols who were launching at the moment had food names. So yeah, I think it was more like kind of adapting to what was hot in the moment. And yeah, I think that is about the second question. Yield optimizer will be the same. Well, it's not the same, but pretty goes in hand with yield aggregator. So basically, if you go into our app, that I'll show it like in a minute, you go into our app and you basically can see all the opportunities for yield that you have available. In our case, we are multi-chain, so we are across more than 20 chains. I'll just launch the app so the users can see it. Give me a second. Yeah. So we are just basically in all these chains, like there are 20 plus. We cover all major EVM chains, and yeah, yield aggregator, it looks something like this. Whatever asset you have, you can search for it here, and you can pick the
Oh, GP,
options.
I'll stop you here for a second.
Sure.
We're still on the home page.
Oh, weird. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's because the app opened in another tab. Now it's okay, right?
Yep. Yeah, this is great. This is great.
Yeah. So this is how a GL optimizer, GL aggregator looks like. Uh, yeah, you can search for whatever asset you have, and we basically will show you like all the good options, and you can sort through APY, TVL, and you can sort whatever kind of deposit that you're looking for, because all users basically have a different I don't know, risk management, what they expect to get, and all those type of things. So we basically offer all options on yield with a very simple and easy to use UX, that all the people is like pretty. It's like pretty easy to use, and it's a good way to onboard new people to DeFi. We have seen that our majority of users, not all of them, like we get used on all types of scenarios, but a lot of people beginning their DeFi journey, like just use Beefy to be, so it can be more easier to use. And also yeah, and a lot of users, we have received feedback that a lot of users just wait for us to deploy on any, for example, new chain or something like that before they actually go there. So yeah, it's a pretty good tool to onboard new people to the space.
Yeah, so we'll definitely deep dive into how to use this and the features and things like that. But just starting at kind of a 30,000-foot view, a yield optimizer. So we can see that these pools are built, or these options are built on top of pools that are somewhere else, right? So if we scroll down a little bit, we see Uniswap, we see Sushi, we see Silo, things like that. So what does Beefy do? Why should users, or why do we like to use Beefy versus going to these protocols directly? Like what's kind of the secret sauce?
Yeah, the difference is right now we have two products. Uh, I will start with our main product, are basically the bolts. The bolts we built on top of farms. So basically, when a user, for example, deposit some asset in a farm, most of the time they receive the farming rewards um, on. I'll just get this, for example. Uh, they usually get the farming rewards in other assets, right? So what we do when we deploy a bolt is we deploy it on top of the farm, and we get those rewards and auto compounded for the user, and buy them more of whatever originally they deposited. So in this bolt, for example, if you deposit Magic ETH LP Bolt, whatever APR or APY that you receive, APR, sorry, that you receive on the farm, it will get auto compounded into more Magic ETH LP Bolt. So basically, you will receive more of the original asset you deposit. That's the quick functioning on bolts. And also we have a, getting back to the point that we are like, our focus is the easy UX that we have. I'll show this on mod, for example, on Velodrome, that we have some bolts deployed on the mod chain. One of the our more requested feature and most used feature, sorry, is the SAP feature, that you can make a LP bolt and deposit directly, just selecting whatever asset you have in your wallet, and you just do one transaction, and we build the LP for you, deposit it, and just auto compound it for you. So you basically join a pool with only one click, and that will show you. We show that, I think, more uh, when we are more advanced in the live stream. But that's our main product, the vaults. Also, we have deployed CLM that it isn't currently a mod, but it should be soon. And a CLM is a concentrated liquidity manager. Some people know it as ALM, but it's a CLM and it's called concentrated liquidity manager. Kudos to the cows again. So basically, that take the V3 pools that are the most popular pools right now, and we just manage the liquidity for you. We here you can see a graph. We keep it almost all the time in range, so users can earn their position reward, like the most position rewards. That's our main two products, like CLM and Volts.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So to recap, people like to use this if they're in farms and they're farming tokens that are accumulating on the side. And instead of having to claim that and then sell it and then redeposit,
yeah, correct.
Beefy does it for you.
Yeah.
And then we have concentrated liquidity. So a play on words on concentrated liquidity, which keeps us in range, which if we were trading a position and our price went out of range, we would have to rebalance that manually.
Yeah.
It sounds like correct. You guys do that for us.
Yeah.
On top of harvesting those fees and redepositing.
Yeah, correct.
Awesome. Just to kind of hammer this point home, you did show the magic ETH pool. Maybe we can, and no worries if this wasn't prepared beforehand, maybe we can go to Uniswap on, what is it, Arbitrum, and just check out the interface for magic and
yeah, we can do one in Velodrome in mod if you want to.
Like that works too. That works too. Yeah, I want to check out the not using Beefy, but yeah, building it manually. Yep, exactly right. Let's go see kind of where the pain points are.
Yeah, let me
on these raw vaults.
Let me get this because it opens in another tab. So. Give me a second.
Oh, no worries. Live stream gives everybody a chance to gather their thoughts. Yeah, to fill the space. I love managing V3 positions, and it is cumbersome having to harvest the rewards manually.
And yeah, it's really is a pain, and that's how we were born and how we basically help users to just manage it like more quickly and easier.
And I know we have a lot of users that probably don't even know the kind of underlying friction. So it'd be cool to when we go see these DEXs raw.
Yeah, for some reason, like Velodrome page is not loading.
That's no worries. I know that sushi one, that Uniswap magic ETH one's pretty standard.
Yeah, let me.
Just because we're going conceptual, we'll get into the mode pools here soon. Don't you worry.
I just popped that one up. Yeah. All right. So. Okay, this will be like the position that the users will have to get before depositing in Beefy or doing it manually, as you said. You can see like there's a lot of things going on. It's not like just going into Beefy that is just pressing a button and you are already in it. So it's basically you have to add liquidity for those. This is a B2 pool, so it will be 50-50. So yeah, will be basically to add liquidity or remove. Here you can actually stake the LP in the farm to get rewards, but that rewards you will have to auto compend it manually, so you can extract the most value on it. And we already have that automated into our platform, so you just basically um, go to our platform. That will be this, like this is the same LP, right? And you just have to click one button here. Sorry, I made this wallet only for bot, but we'll see it in the demo. uh, you just have to press one of these assets and just click deposit, and you're already inside the vault and automatically compounding your gains. So yeah, it's like very easy to use, and it gives you like, you can save like 5 steps using us. We like to say that to use Beefy, you only have to deposit and forget about it.
Love it, love it. Yeah, yeah. Let's head back to Uniswap just for a second. Don't worry, we are going to showcase all of Beefy and its magic here. But I really want to hammer home kind of the old ways and the problems that Beefy are solving. So if I were to create this position where I would have to harvest my rewards, and so it
Yeah.
looked like it would build up in that unclaimed rewards section, right?
Yeah.
And then I would need to claim that manually, which would trigger a transaction, and then I would need to
You.
probably open a new tab to sell half into ETH, right? Because is there
Yeah.
even single side deposit here?
Yeah. Yeah, correct. You will have to sell like half of the position to ETH and then come back here and then add the liquidity again. We are talking already about like 4 or 5 transactions, and you will have to create the position and deposit and then stake it into the farm that you already have, so you can get those rewards from those latest rewards that you just harvested.
Right, right. And then maybe we can pull up a V3 position here on Sushi too, just to kind of see
Yeah, let me look for a B3 position.
kind of the discrepancies of how we'd have to set a range, and then we'll kind of look at how if the price went out of that range, we would need to rebalance it. And these are problems we face today as power DeFi users all the time, is having to assess what to do.
Yeah, I just pick one like out of the blue.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, this is how it looks. Like you, oh sorry. Oh, this is a super wide pool, but let me see if we can. But yeah, here you have to create the position. Make sure to set your. Let me see.
Yeah, maybe there's a custom one in here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is.
This looks more more like a normal V3 one. So yeah, you will basically have to deposit and do set your own ranges and make sure your liquidity doesn't get out of range, so you can keep earning the APY. In our case, like in Beefy, for example, we come back here again, and you just have to deposit. You can use whatever token that you may have in your wallet. Here you can see like we have like a lot of options. So basically, you just build it, like select it here, build it, and just click deposit. And as users can see, DLP almost staying, well, not almost, always staying between the ranges. And that's what we do. Like we manage the liquidity, so your position we always be. For example, I believe the correct range will be around here. Sorry, the correct range will be around here. So we basically get the position in the range that will give you most rewards or APY, so you don't have to rebalance yourself or just forget about it. As we say, like you just deposit and we do the managing of the liquidity automatically for you. And
Awesome.
also that on top of what you mentioned already, that we take those trading fees that the people earn, uh, reinvest it in the same LP, so your position just keeps growing. And right
Earning
now,
auto compound.
yeah, right now we are currently, as we went out of beta for the CLM, we are running campaigns where we are distributing rewards on top of the trading fees. Uh, so people literally earn more rewards even.
Yeah, it's a great time with all those
Yeah, it's a great time to join
trading
a
fees on top.
CLM pool for sure.
So let's start on our DeFi journey user here. Now that we have some history and covered some pain points and frictions, so a lot of people start at DeFi Llama. They say, "Where are the yields? How do I find the yields?" So let's head over to DeFi Llama, and we'll go to the mode chain here, and then we shall. Actually, I think it's under yield. So on the percentage, right above DeFi Llama swap on the left. Percentage,
Oh yeah.
yields. Yeah, there we are. And then we'll filter for mode. Awesome. So as a user, we are trying to find some opportunities here, and it might be a little overwhelming. There's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
And if we scroll to the top, there's there's base APY, regular APY, 30-day APY. For the case of this user journey, let's go to the 30-day average, because that's a very nice long. Let's see, if we scroll over just for a hair, I just want to check out those charts on the right side.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there we are. So we have our little APR charts as well. So here we are, 30-day moving average. So that's kind of showing us more consistent yield, stuff that's not more flash in a pan. And as we can see, we have five beefy options, or 4 beefy options right at the top. So from here, let's do it. Let's pick one, and then we'll get into a live demo here of how to capitalize on some of these opportunities.
So assuming we are already on DeFi Llama, and we see, for example, we can select the first option that would be ETH and mode LP on Belgium on the mode chain. So basically, that would get us to Beefy. That is this tab, and it's this one, I believe. Yeah, ETH and mode Belgium LP, BLP. Sorry. It's as you can see here, it's in the Belgium platform. It's in the chain, in the mode chain. So basically, you can see here the normal APR will be 66%. That what you would get just getting the rewards. But with the auto compounding, aka depositing in Beefy, you will get APY that is 95%. And so to showcase how easy it is to just get into this pool, you just have to. I have ETH in my wallet, so I will select that. I don't know. I'll do 25% of the value of ETH. That will be $10. And here you get all the information. You deposit 0.6 LP. This is how it's called because it's a volatile pool. So it is ETH and mode. And here you get like all the information about what's the route. Like we take your ETH. Obviously, we have to make the position. We have to sell half to mod, and then build the LP and deposit for you. Here you can see Beefy and Velodrome. So that means we will get to do the position in Velodrome and deposit right there. And here are the slippage settings. These are custom. You can do whatever slippage you want, but I'll just leave it at default that it's 1%. You just have to click deposit and confirm it. And now you see, for example, my deposit right now is 0. But after this confirmation passed, we should be able to, okay, yeah. Now the deposit confirmed, you have successfully stepped into the vault. So as you guys see, I gave $10 in ETH, and my deposit right now is 0.62 LP, as I showed in the demonstration of the preview of what was going to happen. And so yeah, right now we are already earning this 95% APY in our ETH and mod VLP vault. So it's as simple as that. And then you can head over to our dashboard with needs a couple minutes to basically refresh because we just made the deposit. But here you can follow um, your journey basically. You have the APY, you have the daily yield, and this section will just populate in a couple minutes. So we can go back to that a little bit later. But here you can see that I have already deposited my $10 into the LP, and I'm already earning. Last harvest was about 10 hours ago. All of our bolts basically harvest at least once a day, except on Ethereum that we have different rules because of the gas. Is more costly than most L2 chains. So yeah, that's about it. That's how simple it is to just deposit into a pool and start earning with Beefy.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So a harvest is when it collects the fees and redeposits, right?
Correct. Harvest is when we collect the rewards that the user is getting from the farm, and we basically auto compound it. So another good point about the harvest that we were talking about before, if you do it manually, you will have to do 4 or 5 transactions, right? So basically, as we claim all of the user's position at the same time, the cost of all those 4 or 5 transactions that everyone in the pool has to make, it gets distributed between all the people in the pool. So it's actually cheaper for us to do a claim of reward or sell one, because we can do all that in one transaction. So people actually save money and by default earn more to be deposited into a vault instead of doing it manually.
Awesome. So it socializes that cost across
Yeah,
all the
correct.
depositors, and then
Yeah.
makes it much cheaper to harvest our rewards. Awesome, awesome. So when we scroll down here, we deposited that ETH, and let's explore the dashboard here a little bit. So this chart is showing us the past APR and kind of the fluctuations, and so we can kind of gauge where we're going. Maybe we can check out the TVL and the price tabs.
Yeah, we have this is another point that we focus on, because our users and we like to give the user the most information that they can have at their hands without leaving our platform. So basically here you have a historical rate of the APY of the pool. If you hover around, you can see the average, the moving average, that it will be 30 days, as we saw on DeFi Llama. You can see the APY. If you see on top of here, I'm going through different dates: May 28, May 29. So it's a pretty comprehensive and complete look at the behavior of the pool around time. So here you can filter for TVL. Here you can filter for price. So yeah, we have a lot of information that users get just for depositing here to um to get at their hand, like, pretty easily.
This is great. So this LP breakdown shows me how much
Yeah,
of each
yeah,
asset I have in the pool. So this is a
correct.
50-50.
Yeah, it gives you the LP breakdown, gives you your deposit that looking live, 1 LP on the pool, like how it looks to make 1 LP of the pool, and the total pool, how will be balanced at the moment, that it's 50-50 because it's a B2 pool. So we also have a safety score that we just run a couple of tests. If you hover around the question mark, you see the definition of why we rate this with these scores. Worth noting that it's not financial advice, or it's everything that users have to take into account before joining, but it's a pretty good uh, resume of some basic things that we need to show the users so they can evaluate easier, especially for the users that are not so DeFi oriented, because to someone who isn't accustomed to like work all these things maybe doesn't have the ability to check for some things that they want to know. So here's how it works. This gives you basically what I just said, and the strategy. It's the definition of every step that we do to once you deposit in the vault. So it says here says that you earn X token. We sell it for more of the LP. We redeposit into your farm until the next event, and finally, we have a asset details page, which show you information on the separately two assets that you need to create the LP. Here you can find the contracts, the documents for both assets or their respective website, and that will be what all that you can see in the vault page once you enter it.
This is great. This is great. So this is a two volatile assets. Maybe we could check out, some of the assets that are a little bit more closely aligned. So let's
Yep.
check out a stable, how that looks.
I don't have, well,
And we don't even have to deposit if we have to. We can just explore the dashboard and kind of see how it looks compared to our volatile.
Yeah, this is a USDC USDT pool, but I see it's a BLP. Let me see if all right, all of them are BLP. BLP Vault with USDC and USDT, as you said, it's more correlated because of the assets. They are both supposed to be one by one. Here you can see the safety score that it changes because it's more. For example, you can see here high market capitalization because USDT and USDC obviously are two of the most bigger assets that you can find, and also lower volatility asset because they are basically correlated because they are supposed to be one to one. We all know that stable coins still move, but obviously it's not even close to an asset that is not supposed to be a stable coin. So, for example, this will be a good pool for a user that doesn't want too much risk exposure, you could say, and still want to earn some APY on their holdings. I always say that it's better to be in a vault earning APY than just having, for example, USDC or USDT in your wallet. So this is a good example of how can a user earn almost 10% APY just by depositing two assets that once you withdraw it, it will be basically the same.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So stable coin holders, by splitting it into just another stable coin, they can capitalize on that tiny little price movement between the coins to earn those fees while essentially keeping exposure to a dollar peg. This is great too. Yeah, for people who want
This is
exposure to ETH.
correct. This is, for example, if you have ETH and you have another ETH variant, that this one will be from Renzo, that is a liquid risk taking token. You can basically do your OP and and just earn it and at 12% APY. I'm I'm visiting this page just hoping that refreshes so you can see all the details. But yeah, that's basically how Beefy works. Pretty easy and straightforward. And I didn't mention it early, but one of our focus are it's on security because, as I said, a lot of people just wait to use Beefy before interacting with any DeFi platform. So we feel responsible, hugely responsible for the user security. So it's one of the main things that we take into account once we are developing or just getting a new product out the door.
Of course, and you guys are super battle tested. How long again? I'm sorry if I missed it before. How old is Beefy?
Beefy is from 2020. I believe, if I correct, October or November 2020. So yeah, almost 4 years, and we haven't had any inconvenience until now. So yeah, we have been hugely battle tested, and we haven't had any issues at the moment.
Love it, love it. Yes, I've been a Beefy user off and on myself for years as well. Uh, and look at that, the dashboard at the top. There we have a little our tracking. It looks we have our monthly and daily
Oh yes, yes,
estimates, and
yes. This you get a overview of all your deposits. Right now, I only have one deposit here, and that's why it only shows the quantity that we deposit into the Belgium pool. But if you, for example, do I don't know, five deposit, it can be in five different chains or whatever asset that you want. Here you can see an overview of how much you have deposited, how much you are monthly earning, the daily yield, and the average APY across all of your bolts combined. And here you can just mute it out in case you don't want someone to see. But yeah, here in the platform, we can see TVL. If we click in the information, we can see the whole, like the TVL separate by chain. Um, and here are the total of the products that we have live. So plenty of opportunities and plenty of opportunities for users to find whatever asset they want or have and deposit into it.
awesome. So we have, gosh, we can 20 more minutes if you want. We don't even have to use all the time, but floor is somewhat yours if we want to explore other parts of Beefy. I mean, there's the DAO, there's the token, there are concentrated liquidity, which I know is coming to Mode, hopefully sooner than later. And so, any topic you want to dive further into?
We can talk about a little bit about the token, so people can understand what's the benefit of having the Beefy token. So basically, our token is 80,000 fully distributed already in the market. So basically, we have two options. We give a certain percent of the rewards that the platform earns to the token holders. Obviously, as we are Beefy, you can deposit your Beefy into the platform. It gets automatically compounded. And you can pick between having your rewards in ETH or having your rewards in more Beefy tokens. It's basically the same, just that we take the ETH and we buy more Beefy with it and just redeposit into your account. So yeah, we have two tokens. One's called Beefy and one's called Mu Beefy, as you can see here. Mu Beefy only lives in Optimism, and the Beefy token lives in Ethereum. What we did, we had to made a migration like in October last year. So we did the Mu Beefy token tradable on Optimism, and if you hold, for example, one Mu Beefy token, it means that you're holding. Here you can see like basically the exchange rate. If you hold one Mu Beefy, you are holding 1.05 Beefy tokens. So that will be like 5% more. if you hold a movie fee over a Beefy. And what this means is if you hold a Beefy, you're holding basically a Beefy that is tagged in the Beefy Vault and earning more. So Beefy will be like a yield berry token that you can trade on Optimism. So that way you don't have to go to mainnet and buy the token and deposit and all that. You can just go to Optimism, buy Beefy and just hold it, and you're already earning the yield that the Beefy rewards come to the token. That's a very interesting part, actually.
Awesome. Yes, the revenue portion of things is, and tokenomics is always fascinating.
Correct. Yes. And or we can check our DAO. Oh, this is interesting too. We have a treasury page in which we detail each treasury asset that the DAO is holding and in separate in different chains. So here the users basically can see what we're holding, what's the DAO current situation, and all the assets, and what are we doing with everything that we hold. Here is a quick overview of total holdings, stable holdings, Beefy that the treasury has, and the diversity of the assets. Worth noting that the Beefy held by the treasury has come specifically from the rewards that the treasury holds. So yeah, has all Beefy is already on the market. So to anyone hold Beefy has to buy it, including the DAO.
That's awesome. So with concentrated liquidity coming out as well, if we want to switch gears a little bit, that is a huge milestone.
Yeah.
What did it take to get that launched? Do you have some insight on kind of the challenges you guys faced to get that implemented, and what a great success that it's out and about.
Yeah, it has been a pretty success. I believe, if I'm correct, we have more than 20 million already deposited into or our CLMs, and we launched it. We came out of beta, I think, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and it has been really accepted by the community. And yeah, I know I'm not a dev personally, but I know the devs in our team like invested so much time and resources into making this work, because it's not just automatic liquidity manager. Like we had product a different product built from the ground in our own way to facilitate the users and make it a seamless experience, like that goes with the Beefy brand. Basically, we had to make a product that uh, Unibit triples can be a little bit tricky, as we saw at the beginning of the broadcast, but we had to make a product which tailored to our brand, that it's basically easy to use and safe for our users. So a lot of resources and dev energy went into that, um, to make a product that people will enjoy and will use for the posterity. Uh, By the way, the historical rate in the CLM pools varies a bit from the bolts, because here you can see the max price, the minimum price that would be on the two edges of your range that you selected for the B3 pool, as we talked before. You can see the current price. You can see if it's in range or if it's out of range, and here you can toggle from position range, APY, TVL, and price. So yeah, it's more information that the users like to see into any product that they use from us.
Most definitely. Yes, I V3 vault management is so huge, and as more and more liquidity shifts that direction, I'm sure many people are on pins and needles waiting for Beefy to deliver, just as we at Mode are on pins and needle waiting for the activation. But it'll
Correct.
be a happy day when we get it. Fede or anyone in the audience, I have Twitter pulled up here, and I don't see, or X, I should say. I don't see any active live questions at the moment. Fede, do you have any curiosities, questions, anything we can answer while we're live?
Hey guys, I didn't see any questions on the chat, but I do have like something interesting would be, um, would you mind walking us, well, like let's maybe go to one of the investment possibilities, like maybe like a user comes to Beefy, they select one of the, uh, like the maybe you can pick the, yeah, exactly. And can you walk us on the why is this secure? So like when I just select the token I want to use and maybe I'll approve for the funds that I have in my wallet, like let's say ETH or whatever. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
What was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, so the question is a lot of things are happening and you mentioned security is
Yeah.
one of your of it's a really big thing for the Beefy team and you really focus on security. So I would love to know like with all of those steps happening, could you walk us through like okay, why is this secure and like what are the risks involved as well like in opening a position like this with you guys?
Sure. So it will basically be as if you were doing it manually. We even show to the users the SAP route that will be in this case with Belgium. For SAP routes, we only use a handful of projects. I believe we use in some cases 1inch. We use Kyberswap, and in this case, we're using directly Belgium. That is the same platform that has the LP that we are basically depositing. So yeah, here you can see all the steps. Like since this vault is wrap ETH and USDC, it tells me that it's gonna wrap my ETH to wrap ETH, and then change some of that for USDC, and then build the LP and deposit in the pool. So it's basically just one click, and oh, this is a good to know information. Here you can see the display on deposit fee, withdrawal fee, and SAP fee. Then in our case, it's all 0%. That's I said is pretty good information because on most platforms you have to go through a lot of steps to just see any deposit fee or any withdrawal fee. That is one of the major pain points that people basically experience, where they are not completely detailed beforehand how much they will get in fees before doing anything. So yeah, we make sure the users are 100% clear on what they are doing, and after that, it's just click deposit and accept the transaction, and we're good to go.
I really loved that you guys mentioned all the steps that the money goes through because it even if the user is just clicking one thing and the experience is really nice, they can still learn what needs to happen in the background
Yeah, yeah.
without actually having to do it, right? And finding the best options and stuff. And is that 0% deposit and withdrawal fee right? Is it a UI issue or is it 0%?
No, no, it's right. Uh, we actually don't. We actually never have deposit fee or withdrawal fee. Oh well, that's a good comment because I can say a couple things. We actually never have deposit or withdrawal fees on our side. If basically the people see deposit or withdrawal fee on any bolt, is basically going to the underlying farm, because some farms do have those kind of fees. So we're basically just forwarding those fees that the farm needs to be able to deposit. But us as Beefy, we don't have any deposit or withdrawal fee, and also we don't have a locking mechanism. So that will be interesting to point out, because a lot of platforms, to give you a certain APY or certain APR, you need to lock your funds for X amount of time. In our case, it's just deposit, and whenever you want to withdraw, you can just withdraw.
Love it. That's awesome. Great to know.
That's a good point to point out, because a lot of people, sorry, in default they are so used to see that they need to lock their tokens for X amount of time that when you said to them that you can withdraw and deposit anytime, they even surprised.
Well, it is. I think mainly because we come from bad user experience in DeFi and a lot of things
Yeah,
that don't really make sense. They don't come from common sense, but they come from like technical difficulties. So it's really that's why I really like your guys' product, is that it's really focused on the user experience, and it's super easy to use. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's it, that was it. Like
yeah,
in less than 1 minute, I just did all these actions, just that. Awesome.
correct.
Yeah,
That's the magic of using Beefy. That's what we focus on, and the easiness of the people using the platform. It's our main objective too.
love it.
I know it's going to be tough
Yeah.
scheduling Beefy as our second part of our DeFi deep dive, because I feel like it's anybody we're going to bring on after, it's going to be a tall order to beat the UX, but that's okay. We are all building together, and different different protocols have different superpowers, I should say. So there's room for everyone. That's all I have, GP. Any questions for us? Thank you so much for your time. Anything
Thank you
else
guys
we need to? Yeah,
for the
anything?
presentation opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
We are stoked to be live on Mod, and yeah, we're hoping to get the CLM live soon.
Yeah, super stoked on it. Any parting words? Anything we should know about Beefy? I know your Twitter account, whoever the intern is on fire right now. So maybe they should at least give you guys a follow. And I should mention, Mode has active volume campaigns right now, so we do have incentives live for moving assets around. So perhaps Beefy can be a part of that.
Yeah, we are part of the points campaign to make sure the users that interact with Beefy gets all their points counted. So yeah, that's also a good thing.
Yes, most definitely. So if anyone's out there taking advantage of the volume incentives, Beefy is an option.
Correct.
All right, GP. Well, thank you so very much. We're going to finish right under the hour here, and we'll see you in the Telegram chats.
Thank you.
Friend.
Thank you for the time, and yeah, hope to see you soon, guys.
All right, we'll see you. Thank you, Fede.
Bye bye.